God blimey, God blimey, God blimey, God blimey. Hello you lot, how you doing? Alright, it's nearly Christmas Eve now as I'm filming this. So just sort of wanted to say Merry Christmas to you all. And I hope you all had a good lead up to Christmas Day. And I hope you're all going to have a very good Christmas. And I hope, you know, it's not really all about presents and, you know, what you're going to get and things like that. It's more about family, spending time with your loved ones and all that. But I hope you'll get things that are maybe of use to you. And you know, it's been quite a good year. You know, the channel's been alright. This YouTube thing's been all pretty good. It's been quite a good year in general. Just better move out of the way of my little heater there, because I don't want to get a burn on the back of my seat, do I? Cool. Imagine that. End of the year. Oh yeah, it's been a good year. Oh, bit hot round here, isn't it? Oh bloody hell, I'm on fire. Imagine that. Jesus. Tell you, funnily enough, it is a bit hot in here. The temperature. Do you know what? I think all them fires over in Australia are burning up and are heating everywhere else, because it's been bloody hot over here in good old England the last couple of days. I mean, I've been going to work in a t-shirt because, you know, it's been about 10 degrees most mornings. Quite a bit of rain, not much snow though. They reckon it's all going to warm up, don't they? I don't know don't really know what's going on, to tell you the truth. My videos have been slowing down a little bit. I haven't really had anything to film that I've been feeling is of an interest. I mean, this channel is it's what I like. You know, I tend to film and upload anything based on what I fancy filming and uploading, what I feel like. You know, that's the point of this channel. It's not really got any sort of genre or any sort of particular topic, really. It tends to just be whatever I feel like. But now I'm getting more of a following, you know. I think it's like nearly 8,000 subscribers, so, but I only get about 300 views per video. So, you know, but now I think I do think a little bit more before I film something, and I think to myself, you know, is that really even worth it? So I haven't really had a lot to film. Lawnmowers have been hard to come by that have been any good locally. Not to mention as well, the whole thing with YouTube going a bit strange, but never mind. That might, you know, it might get fixed one day. I'll tell you what, a lot of people keep asking me, a lot of people have been asking me, what's going on with the Focus? You know, what's going on with the RS? Well, there's a big problem with that. Well, it's not a big problem. The problem itself is a very small and easy to fix problem. The problem is with me, because the head gasket is 100% truly gone now, and I'm in two minds. What do? One half of me, that shoulder there, says, just fix it. Just, you know, clear out the garage, bring it in, and change the head gasket. And while you're at it, get the head skimmed and possibly even get it port and polished again. But at the very least, just fix the head gasket, and then it'll be perfect again. That's what that shoulder's saying. This one is saying, oh man, that's going to cost a fair bit of money for a head gasket kit, and to do it all properly. Because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to want to do it properly. You know, I mean, I could just whip the head off, slap a new gasket on there, put the head back on. I think they're probably stretch bolts on there, so I'd have to get new bolts at the very least. I don't know how much a gasket kit is, but the gasket kit comes with everything. You know, the washers, the O-ring, everything. When I got one for my Saxo, that was 130. It was 130 something, I think. So I don't know how much a head gasket kit is for that. But anyway, and just slap it on there and slap it together. But then the other half of me says I've got to do it properly. You know. If I'm going to do the gasket, I've got to get the head skimmed, so that's skimmed. I know that's 100% flat then, you know, and do it all properly with a proper good quality gasket, probably a genuine Ford one or whatever. But then I might be tempted to get a thinner gasket. I don't know whether they do them for the Focus, for the RS engine, for that Duratec engine, to tell you the truth. But for the Saxos, you used to be able to get thicker and thinner gaskets. So if you was going to turbo your engine, you'd get a thicker gasket, or you'd get a spacing plate. Depends on how cheap you were, but you could get away with getting a thicker gasket. You could get a standard gasket, or if you wanted to get a bit more compression and you weren't turboing it, so you just put different pistons in or whatever, you could get a thinner gasket. But they weren't genuine, they were all aftermarket ones from I don't know what company. But I don't know what they do with these RS engines. I really ain't, you know, I ain't got a clue. But then again, what, you know, if I take it apart just to do that gasket, and I might find another problem and another problem. And you see, it's all about the money, because then if once I've taken it apart, it's then going to be stuck wherever I've taken it apart. It'll probably be in here. It's going to be stuck in here then, in bits. So if I take it apart and discover, for example, there's a chunk out of a valve or something, or a chunk out of a piston even, you know, something that I didn't know was there, some other problem, and I haven't got the money to fix that, that's then stuck there. What do? Do I put it back together knowing it's broken? I can't do that. So at the moment, I'm burying my head in the sand a little bit, and I'm just leaving it. Because my priorities aren't that. My priorities at the moment are completely far away from a car. That's the fact of the matter. You know, money's not gone there. So people keep asking me about that. So there will be a video coming up some point next year doing whatever with that. You know, I could just sell it as it is. Sell it as a Focus RS with a blown head gasket. Known head gasket failure. I'd lose a hell of a lot of money, but I don't really want to do that, see? So that's that, you know, but that's a very interesting subject, I suppose, for some of you lot. You know, I can't tell you what to expect from me for next year, but I hope you're all fantastic. Someone asked me did I ever get in contact with Mr. Ibazaic. No, I didn't. I don't know what the matter is with the Ibazaic. I've been watching his advent videos and everything. I send him a message, he just doesn't reply. I don't know why. I think probably the trouble is he's had enough. But I'm going to stop talking about people though, because I think I upset them when I talk about people in the videos. I think they get a bit upset. So I won't talk about anybody in any video anymore. So anyway, Merry Christmas everyone. Remember to look after your loved one. Do you know what? I was talking to someone the other day, and he was talking about like family and kids and things, and he said, oh, about 16 years ago when my daughter was born, the wife had to have a C-section. And they said to me, if anything goes wrong, which one should we try and save? The mother or the baby? And that was his decision as the father. And he said, well, that's a simple decision. I will save the mother. And then it was in this little group of 4 of us. And we all said, like, what would we choose? And I said, well, that's without a doubt. I would choose the mother. You know, my wife or girlfriend or whatever it may be at the time, because, you know, it would be a completely different situation if the kid was older. But as a baby, you know, you choose the mother because, you know, that's your love, you know, and you can always carry on and try for another baby later on down the line, or even if you don't try for another baby, you know, you've still got each other to carry on your life with. If you choose the baby, yeah, you've got your baby, yeah, to bring up and all that, and in memory of the mother. But without a doubt, you know, because your wife or girlfriend is the most important thing, without a doubt. And it just sort of brings it to light more, especially around Christmas time. You know, you really need to bring things into perspective a little bit. You know, you should do that all year round, but particularly around Christmas time. I see a lot of people, you know, disrespecting, you know, the people that they're supposed to love, and I think it's very, very crazy. So have a very, very Merry Christmas, everybody. If you don't celebrate it, then fair enough, just have a great time. And you know, I will see you after Christmas. I may see you, I'm not going to say next year, because I may see you next year. Well, you may see me next year, sorry. I won't be seeing any of you lot because I'm just talking to a camera. But you may see me before next year. I might put a video up before the new year. But if I don't, have a great new year as well, all you lot. I really appreciate every single one of you that's either watched, even if you're not subscribed. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. It's completely up to you whether you think I'm worth subscribing to. But I just wish you all the best. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everything that you've sort of done for me. Just watching is fantastic over this year. And 2020, man, it's another decade. That's another question. I said to someone the other day, it's going to be 2020, so it's the end of a decade. And he said, no it ain't, because Jesus was born in the year 1 or something, he said. And I was like, what are you on about, you dickhead? 10 years is a decade. So 2010 was the start of a decade. Yeah? 2015 was half a decade. 2020 will be the end of a decade and the start of another decade. So 10 years, I don't understand what he was on about. But to me, when it goes into 2020, that's the end of that decade and the start of another decade until 2030. Maybe you're as confused as I was. I was just trying to be happy and say, it's the end of a decade, dude, just carry on. Hey, let's live a life. Anyway, that's enough rambling, man. I was only going to say Merry Christmas. I've been here for like 6 hours. Anyway, again, just Merry Christmas. Thanks for being here. Take care. And, yeah, there we go. Ciao for now, you lot. Oh, just quickly before I go, to that person, or I can't remember who the bloody hell it was, who said to me, what's the point in catching mice? Because you know I've been trying to catch the mice around here, because I don't want them crawling over me while I'm asleep, or crawling on my food while I'm eating, or whatever, you know. So whoever it was that says, what's the point in catching the mice? You know, I've got these traps and I've got the humane ones. He said, what's the point in catching mice if you ain't going to do it properly? You know. So I'm thinking, what's the way? He said about the humane ones, but letting them go 10 miles an hour. Bloody hell, dude. Watch this, what I've just filmed a minute ago. If that ain't dead, I don't know what ain't. These traps, fair enough. The little bastards have been nicking the bait off of them recently, but I managed to catch one again. I think that's like the 30th one so far since the other day. So if that ain't dead then, dude, I don't know what ain't. But there we go. Catch you later on. Yep, there we go. For those of you that say, what's the point in catching mice if you're just going to catch them in there and not actually do it properly? I think you'll find that these traps do actually do it properly, my friends. You know, if that ain't dead, I don't know what is.